Today we're here because some very small pollinators who make a very big impact on life as we know it. These mighty pollinators such as bees and butterflies are a vital component to our natural ecosystems, providing pollination services to over 85% of the world's flowering plants. 1 in 3 bites of food that we eat are a result of these pollinators, and we need healthy pollinators for our survival. Tragically, pollinators are in decline due to habitat loss and degradation, climate change, and the impacts of widespread pesticide use. And we cannot wait for the rest of the world to realize that this is a crisis. We must be that model for leadership and ensure that others follow. So today, I'm pleased to announce that we have now improved and strengthened our pesticide policy by limiting the use of pesticides on county land and only under extreme circumstances. Today, I'm also excited to announce that by my executive order, Howard County will be making the commitment to join the National Coalition of Pollinator Conservation, known as Bee City USA. We recognize that healthy communities are a result of healthy ecosystems, and by sustaining pollinators, we support balanced ecosystems and healthy, thriving communities.
A lot of this property, actually more than half, 100+ acres, are managed for meadow, field, and grassland habitat. And when you think about the wildlife that depends on these meadows, it's of course pollinators, but so much more. There's the songbirds and the raptors, the small mammals. We've got loads of insects. There might be a tick or two out there, but other than that, they are all really good insects out there. And they're critical for nesting, for feeding, for shelter, for all of this wildlife. And they can also be a little bit harder to plant and maintain than a forest or a tree planting. And so they really do need that extra little bit of love and support. And I'm so grateful to Calvin for loving and supporting our pollinators and our meadow habitats.
As you've heard, pollinators are fundamental to local, state, national, and global environment and economy. So whether it's pollinating our crops, increasing biodiversity in local ecosystems, we know that pollinators are critical to a healthy environment. And if you've ever taken a walk with a child, you've really seen how pollinators also serve as ambassadors to connect children to the environment around them. The excitement that happens when, or occasionally fear with a bee, but certainly excitement with a butterfly or a moth is palpable, and it's one of the best ways that we can continue to preserve and protect our environment in the future is ensuring that these connections are able to be made, that they're personal and meaningful.
Pollinators are absolutely crucial, whether it's the garden that we have in our backyard, to the landscaping, or to the farms. Bees and pollinators are instrumental to keeping all of these habitats and ecosystems trucking along. But bees, butterflies, and the other pollinators, such as bats, are under threat due to shrinking habitats, toxic pesticides, and disease. And so that's why we are here today to commend County Executive Bull and all of his wonderful staff for pushing forward with these initiatives and to create not just more habitat for these vital partners in our ecosystems, but also to make sure that the habitats that they are landing on Howard County properties are not toxic.